Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there? Or met someone new, heard their name, and forgot it 5 seconds later? Or studied for hours only to blank out when you actually need to remember the information? Here's the truth nobody tells you. Forgetting isn't your fault. Your brain isn't broken. You were never taught how to use your memory properly. But what if I told you that memory isn't something you're born with? It's a skill. And just like any skill, riding a bike, playing an instrument, or speaking a new language, it can be trained, improved, and mastered. Today, I'm going to share 4 powerful techniques that will transform your memory in just minutes a day. These aren't complicated tricks that require years of practice. They're simple, effective methods that anyone can start using immediately. And if you want to unlock more powerful learning techniques like these, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's build a stronger mind together. Most people go through life thinking their memory is fixed. They believe some people are just born with good memories while others aren't. Schools teach you what to learn, but they never teach you how to remember it. Teachers fill your head with information, but never give you the tools to keep that information inside your mind. So you grow up thinking forgetting is normal, that your brain just isn't good enough, that other people are naturally smarter. But the real problem is nobody trained you. You never learned the simple techniques that turn your brain into a memory powerhouse. That changes today. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn 4 techniques that memory champions, top students, and successful professionals use every single day. These methods are backed by science, easy to apply, and incredibly effective. By the end of this video, you won't just know how to remember better, you'll actually start remembering better. Your mind will work differently. You'll feel sharper, more confident, and more in control. Let's dive in. Technique 1. Focus like a laser. Your memory doesn't fail because it's weak. It fails because your mind is constantly overloaded. Think about your typical day. You're scrolling through your phone while eating breakfast, checking messages while listening to a podcast, reading something important while your thoughts drift to tomorrow's tasks. Your mind is trying to do 10 things at once, and because of that, it can't give full attention to anything. Here's the simple truth most people ignore. A busy mind cannot remember. Only a focused mind can. Imagine your mind like a camera. If the camera moves too much, the picture becomes blurry. It doesn't matter how expensive the camera is, movement destroys clarity. But when the camera stays still and focuses on one point, even for just a short moment, the picture becomes sharp and clear. Your brain works exactly the same way. When your attention is scattered, information enters your mind but never sticks. It's like pouring water into a cup with holes at the bottom. No matter how much you pour, it keeps leaking out. But when you give your mind just one thing, one idea, one task, one moment, it becomes like a cup without holes. It can hold information easily. So how do you use this in real life? It's simpler than you think. Whenever you want to remember something, anything, Stop for a moment and give it your full presence. Look at the information carefully. Feel it. Repeat it. Listen deeply. Read slowly. Just 10 seconds of complete attention can improve your memory more than 10 minutes of half-focused learning. When someone tells you their name, look at their face and repeat the name in your mind. Don't think about anything else. When you're studying something important, put your phone on silent. Close unnecessary tabs. Sit still. Let your thoughts slow down. The moment you fully focus on something, your brain starts building a memory path. It creates connections. It says, "This is important. I should store this." But when your attention is divided, your brain doesn't know what to store. It receives broken pieces that don't fit together, and broken pieces cannot form a memory. Focus is the doorway to memory. If the door is open, memory enters. If it's blocked by distractions, nothing gets through. Master focus, and you master your memory. This is the foundation everything else is built on. Technique 2. Turn words into pictures. If words are difficult to remember, pictures are easy. Your brain isn't designed to store long strings of words. It's designed to store images, colors, shapes, and scenes. This is why you can remember someone's face after 5 years, but forget their name after 5 minutes. This is why you remember a place you visited once, but forget detailed instructions someone gave you yesterday. Your brain loves pictures because pictures are natural. They stick in your mind like paint on a canvas. Words disappear, but images stay. Visualization is the art of turning information into mental movies. For example, if you want to remember the word mountain, don't sit there repeating mountain, mountain, mountain like a robot. Instead, close your eyes for 2 seconds and imagine a tall, powerful mountain right in front of you. Feel the cold wind on your face. See yourself standing at the bottom, looking up at its massive height. Feel the strength of the rocks and the silence around it. The moment you create this picture, the word becomes alive inside your mind. It becomes a memory that stays. You can use visualization with anything: vocabulary, ideas, names, phone numbers, instructions. If someone's name is Rose, imagine a bright red rose next to their face. If you need to remember a list of items, create a small story in your mind. Imagine yourself holding a giant apple that transforms into a key, which opens a floating book that turns into a bottle pouring water onto your jacket. The more ridiculous the story, the better you remember it. Here's the powerful truth. The more emotional the image, the stronger the memory becomes. If your mental picture is funny, dramatic, colorful, or surprising, your brain locks it in almost instantly. This is why children learn so quickly. They imagine everything. When they hear a story, they see it clearly in their minds. They picture the scenes, feel the characters, add colors and emotions.
Their imagination is active, and that's why their memory feels so natural. As adults, most people stop imagining. They fill their minds with responsibilities, work, and stress. They forget how to create pictures. And when imagination disappears, memory becomes difficult. Bring imagination back into your daily learning. Train your mind to create pictures quickly. Even if the picture is simple or strange, it will help your brain remember. Visualization works because it uses your brain's natural language. The brain communicates through images, not words. When you give your brain what it understands, remembering becomes easy. This isn't just a memory technique, it's a mental superpower. The more you use it, the stronger your mind becomes.
Technique 3. Teach what you learn. Here's a simple but powerful truth. You learn something twice when you teach it once. This might sound too easy, but it's one of the most effective ways to strengthen your memory. When you teach something, your brain is forced to organize information clearly and meaningfully. You can't rely on vague impressions or half-understood ideas. You must process the information deeply, make sense of it, and structure it logically. And when your brain understands something deeply, it's much less likely to forget it. Teaching transforms knowledge from passive, something you simply hear or read, into something active, alive, and permanent. You don't need to become a professional teacher to use this technique. You can teach a friend, a family member, or even your pet. You can speak to an empty room, record your voice, or write explanations in a notebook. The person listening is almost irrelevant. What matters is the act of explaining.
When you explain an idea in your own words, your brain must process it fully. It creates mental connections, fills in missing details, and strengthens the memory network in your mind. Even talking aloud to yourself while explaining a lesson can be incredibly powerful. The act of teaching forces your brain to translate abstract ideas into understandable language, which is exactly what memory loves. For example, if you're learning English vocabulary, explain each new word to someone else. Describe what it means. Use it in a sentence. Make a short story with it. If you're learning a formula, explain the steps and why each step works. If you're learning history, tell the story of an event as if someone asked you to teach it. The key is clarity. Speak slowly, clearly, and simply. Imagine your listener has never heard the information before. This forces your brain to leave nothing vague, to clarify every detail, and to make the knowledge stick.
Another benefit of teaching is that it reveals gaps in your understanding. Often we think we understand something until we try to explain it. Suddenly, we notice missing pieces or confusing parts. This isn't failure, it's opportunity. Once you identify gaps, your brain can focus on filling them.
This strengthens memory even more because you're not just memorizing blindly, you're learning consciously. You can practice this every day. After learning something new, imagine someone asks you to explain it. Speak aloud or write it down. Break it into simple steps. Use examples or stories. The act of teaching also builds confidence. You begin to trust your mind more. You realize that you can understand, explain, and remember things. Teaching makes memory active instead of passive. Most people try to remember by reading or listening quietly, but that's only half of learning. Teaching forces your brain to retrieve information, process it, and use it creatively. Retrieval strengthens memory far more than passive exposure. Every time you teach, you repeat this process. Over time, your mind becomes like a well-organized library where every fact or concept has its place and can be recalled instantly. Start today. After you learn something new, explain it. You'll notice your memory becomes sharper, your understanding clearer, and your mind feels stronger.
Technique 4. Train your brain every single day. Memory is not a fixed ability. It's a skill. And like any skill, it improves with consistent practice. Just as your muscles grow stronger when you exercise regularly, your brain becomes sharper, clearer, and more powerful when you train it every day. The key isn't how long you practice, it's how consistently you do it. Even a few minutes each day of deliberate mental training can have dramatic effects over time. Your brain loves stimulation, challenges, and activity. The more you challenge it, the stronger it becomes. The less you challenge it, the lazier and weaker it becomes. Daily practice is the cornerstone of building a reliable memory. Training your brain doesn't mean sitting at a desk for hours or forcing yourself to memorize endless lists. It means engaging in small, meaningful activities that activate your mind.
For example, you can practice remembering short lists of items. Memorize 5 new words every day. Read stories and recall the main ideas. Challenge yourself with memory games. Even simple activities like recalling phone numbers after hearing them once or repeating instructions in your mind count as brain training. These exercises, although small, provide essential stimulation that encourages your neurons to form new connections. Every time you recall, repeat, or visualize information, you strengthen the mental pathways that make memory efficient and reliable. Think of it as a muscle. A muscle that's used daily grows stronger. A muscle that's left unused weakens over time. Your brain responds the same way. By exercising your memory consistently, even for just a few minutes a day, you gradually improve your ability to hold, process, and recall information. The cumulative effect is astounding. A small daily habit compounds over weeks and months, resulting in a mind that feels more alive, agile, and capable. Every time you learn something new, your brain creates a new connection between neurons. This connection represents the pathway through which information travels and becomes stored. Every time you repeat that information, the connection strengthens, making it easier to access in the future. This is why the techniques of focus, visualization, and teaching are so effective. They work together to create, strengthen, and reinforce these neural pathways. Daily brain training multiplies these effects, gradually transforming your memory from ordinary to extraordinary. Consistency is the secret. You don't need marathon study sessions. You only need a small, manageable practice every day. 5 minutes of intentional memory work is far more effective than 1 hour of distracted study once a week. The brain responds best to repeated, consistent stimulation, not to bursts of effort. Over time, these small practices become habits. Your brain adapts, grows stronger, and begins to perform tasks that once felt difficult with ease. You notice yourself remembering more details, recalling information faster, and understanding new ideas more deeply.
Daily brain training also improves other cognitive skills beyond memory. When you practice attention, focus, visualization, and recall regularly, you naturally become more organized, analytical, and creative. You start thinking sharper. You connect ideas more efficiently. Your mind becomes more flexible and responsive. You don't need complex tools or expensive programs. All you need is a willingness to engage your mind for a short time every day. Keep a small notebook. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes. Challenge yourself. Memorize a new word. Recall a recent event. Explain a lesson aloud. Visualize a series of objects. The more creative and engaged you are, the more your brain enjoys the challenge. Slowly but surely, these small actions accumulate. You begin to notice that remembering names, facts, or instructions becomes easier. You recall information faster. You think more clearly. Your mind feels sharper and more alive. Training your brain daily isn't just about memory. It's about building a powerful, flexible, and reliable mind. It's about creating habits that support learning, understanding, and mental growth. A little every day is enough. It compounds into extraordinary results over time.
My friend, remember this. Your memory is not weak. It's not failing because you're incapable or because your mind is limited. The truth is far more empowering. Your memory is simply untrained. Like any skill, it requires practice, the right techniques, and consistent habits. You don't need a special talent or genius brain to have a strong memory. You only need to commit to training your mind the right way. The 4 techniques we've discussed today are simple, practical, and powerful. Focus builds the foundation, allowing your mind to pay attention and absorb information fully. Visualization makes what you learn vivid, turning abstract ideas into unforgettable mental pictures. Teaching transforms knowledge into permanent understanding, forcing your brain to process information deeply. Daily training builds consistency, sharpening your memory gradually and making it reliable and powerful. These techniques, when practiced together, form a complete system to unlock the full potential of your memory. Even a few minutes of practice each day, if done consistently, can create incredible results. You'll start noticing that you remember more details, recall information faster, and think more clearly. You'll feel more confident in your learning and in your daily life.
So don't wait. Your memory is waiting for you. Your mind is waiting to be strengthened. Start today. Pick one technique and practice it right now. Focus completely on the next thing you need to remember. Turn it into a vivid mental picture. Explain it to someone. And commit to doing this every single day. Train consistently and watch as your memory transforms into a powerful tool that will serve you for a lifetime. Before you go, if this video helped you, do 3 things. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and drop a comment telling me which technique you're going to try first. I read every single comment, and your feedback helps me create better content for you. And remember, here on English Achieve, we believe in the potential of every mind. Your memory can grow, expand, and improve just like a muscle in the gym. Now is the time to unlock the true power of your mind. Let's build that stronger memory together. I'll see you in the next video.